Welcome to part 3 of ranking the best racetrack in every U.S. state. Today, we'll be going over 13 more states. But before we get into the video, I will go over a few rules. 1. For a track to be on this list, the racetrack must actively hold some sort of racing. And 2. I will not include drag strips on this list unless they are part of a racing facility. I wanted to highlight dirt tracks, paved racetracks, and road courses on this list. Also, remember that this is my opinion for what I think the best racetracks in each US state are. Alright, now onto the video. For this list, I am highlighting racetracks in alphabetical order. Last time, we ended off with Minnesota, and now we will highlight 13 more racetracks. Next up is Missouri. Missouri has a plethora of racetracks that hold great racing. There's Lebanon I-44 Speedway, Double X Speedway, I-55 Federated Auto Parts Speedway, Lucas Oil Speedway, and Monette Motor Speedway, just to name a few. For Missouri, I have chosen the relatively new Ozarks International Raceway. This track was opened in 2022 with a nearly 4-mile road course with several different layouts for racing. This state-of-the-art facility is truly one of a kind for the state of Missouri. This track currently hosts as a testing facility, but also has the NASA Series, not to be confused with NASA that specifies in space exploration. The NASA Series is an American road racing series and will be having a 25-hour racing event at the track. Eventually, the owners of the track want to host IndyCar, NASCAR, IMSA, and the SRO Motorsports Group all at Ozarks International Raceway. Definitely some big plans for sure, but it's a goal. From watching footage from the track, I enjoyed what I saw. The track reminds me of a mixture between the racetracks of Road America and Mid-Ohio. I personally think that this track has a bright future, but only time will tell. All of this and more is why I think the state-of-the-art Ozarks International Raceway is the best racetrack in all of Missouri. The Big Sky State, Montana is next. There are a number of dirt tracks in Montana, such as Gallatin Speedway, Big Sky Speedway, and Electric City Speedway. But personally, I'm going with the Mission Valley Super Oval. Located in Polson, Montana, Mission Valley Super Oval was opened in 1991. The track was originally built as a 1/4 mile paved short track, but in 1996, it became a 3/8 mile paved oval. This track is purely for the community of Polson and the surrounding area. Mission Valley hosts late model racing, hobby stocks, and other forms of racing. This track has a fun layout and features fun short track racing. While Mission Valley Super Oval doesn't have any major racing series, the state of Montana can still be proud of their only paved asphalt track. Our next stop is in Nebraska. Nebraska has a lot of racetracks like Lincoln County Raceway and Jefferson County Raceway, just to name a few. But I ultimately went with Eagle Raceway in Eagle, Nebraska. This track opened in 1963 as a 1/3 mile dirt track, and really has been going ever since then. Eagle Raceway has become host to the World of Outlaws, IMCA stock cars, modifieds, sport mods, and other types of dirt racing. Eagle Raceway also has a small go-kart track in the middle of Eagle Raceway called Mini E Raceway. This is a very active racetrack that is worthy to be called the best racetrack in the state of Nebraska. Next on our list is Nevada. Nevada certainly has options for racing like Reno-Fernley Raceway and Tonopah Speedway. But nothing can beat the sheer amount of racing found at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The track located in Las Vegas, Nevada opened in 1971 with a 1/2 mile dirt track and a drag strip. But the track would quickly be marred with financial woes and the track would fall into disrepair. After another attempt was made to bring the facility back into life in 1985, a 0.38 mile short track was built and is still around to this very day. By the mid-1990s, Bruton Smith of SMI would acquire the facility and built a big 1.5 mile tri-oval. In addition to the 1.5 mile track, a half-mile clay dirt oval was built, and modifications were made to the short track was made to a 3/8 mile short track known today as the Bullring. Modifications were also made to the drag strip and is currently a 4-lane 1/4 mile drag strip. There is even a road course at the facility. The NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Riley Auto Parts Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and even the ARC Menards West Series have all raced at the 1.5 mile tri-oval. Loads of other racing events are held at the drag strip, dirt track, and the Bullring, including NHRA and the ARC Menards West Series. Las Vegas Motor Speedway and the whole facility make this the best racetrack in the state of Nevada. Our next state takes us back to the East Coast in New Hampshire. With a few options to choose from, I have chosen the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. This track originally opened in 1961 with a 1/4 mile dirt oval and a 2.5 mile road course. Fast forward to 1990, and the whole facility got a massive renovation. The dirt track and road course were demolished and made way for a paved mile oval track that would soon become known as the Magic Mile. The track would still have a 2.5 mile road course that uses parts of the 1 mile oval track. This track only hosts the top 3 touring series of NASCAR, the NASCAR Wheel & Modified Tour Series and the Loudon Classic, which is a motorcycle racing event that's held at New Hampshire Motor Speedway every year. The facility and racing makes New Hampshire Motor Speedway a standout racetrack, and the best racetrack in New Hampshire. Next up is New Jersey. This state offers 2 racetracks that I think are equally as good: New Jersey Motorsports Park and Wall Stadium. While both tracks are great, I'm going with New Jersey Motorsports Park. New Jersey Motorsports Park opened in 2008 with 2 separate road courses. The Lightning Raceway layout is 1.9 miles, and the Thunderbolt Raceway layout is 2.2 miles. Fairly quickly, the track hosts a major racing series including Moto America, the Trans Am Series, ARCA, NASCAR Canyon East, and Indy Pro 2000 Championship, just to name a few. The New Jersey Motorsports Park has plenty of events going on all the time, so the New Jersey Motorsports Park is in a very healthy state. I consider New Jersey Motorsports Park to be the best track in all of New Jersey. Next up is New Mexico. 2 racetracks were worthy candidates: Aztec Speedway and Suzuki Circuit. However, Suzuki Circuit in Albuquerque, New Mexico stood out. This facility features a half-mile oval, a 1/4 mile oval, a 1.7 mile road course, and a 3/8 mile dirt track and go-kart tracks. The facility is host to all types of racing, including modifieds, stock racing, drifting events, and more. With all the racing held at Suzuki Circuit, there is always something going on for racing fans to enjoy. In my opinion, this is the best racetrack in all of New Mexico. Next up, we will go back to the East Coast for New York. Just like any other state, there are great options for racing. However, every racetrack in New York fails in comparison to Watkins Glen International. While initially holding races on the public streets of the Watkins Glen area, a permanent facility was built in 1956 with a 2.35 mile road course. In 1971, an addition to the track known as the Boot was added to expand the course from 2.35 miles to 3.77 miles. This track has hosted a plethora of racing events, including the Formula One Grand Prix of the United States from 1961 to 1980, the top 3 touring series of NASCAR, which includes the NASCAR Cup Series, IMSA, and also the Trans Am Series. Watkins Glen has also hosted the IndyCar Series and GT World Challenge America. There have been countless memorable moments of great racing during Watkins Glen's history. The history of the racetrack and the great racing makes Watkins Glen International the best racetrack in all of New York and one of the best racetracks in the whole United States. Our next stop takes us to North Carolina. North Carolina has a plethora of notable racetracks. Some of those racetracks include North Wilkesboro Speedway, Rockingham Speedway, Bowman Gray Stadium, Caraway Speedway, Hickory Motor Speedway, and Orange County Speedway. However, the best racetrack in North Carolina is Charlotte Motor Speedway. This track was built as a 1.5 mile quad oval and is a very historic track for NASCAR racing. But Charlotte Motor Speedway has also hosted other racing series such as ARCA and the IndyCar Series. Charlotte Motor Speedway also has an infield road course that is known as the Roval. This road course has been used on and off since 1971 and is currently used every season by NASCAR. Charlotte Motor Speedway is host to the Coca-Cola 600, which is 400 laps long, making it the longest NASCAR race that is held. Charlotte Motor Speedway has really good racing and is very entertaining to watch. The Roval has also been very entertaining as well. In addition, Charlotte Motor Speedway also has a drag strip and also has a 0.4 mile dirt track. The dirt track at Charlotte is very notable, as well as it currently holds the World of Outlaws finals. Charlotte Motor Speedway is an all-around awesome facility that makes it easily the best racetrack in all of North Carolina. Our next state takes us to the state of North Dakota. In North Dakota, there are a few options for racing, but I think the best racetrack in North Dakota is River City Speedway in Grand Forks. River City Speedway was originally a half-mile horse track that opened in 1882. Eventually, over time, automobile racing would replace horse racing at the facility. By the 1950s, the track was turned from a half-mile track to a quarter-mile track. The track would feature modifieds, sprint cars, street cars, and late models. In 1999, the track was renamed to River City Speedway and would remain the same to this very day. Today, River City Speedway hosts weekly dirt races, and the World of Outlaws also comes to River City Speedway. These events have made River City Speedway a premier racetrack and a very memorable racetrack. All of this makes River City Speedway the best racetrack in North Dakota. The next state on our list is Ohio. Ohio has a great selection of racetracks including Kilcare Speedway and Toledo Speedway, just to name a few. However, there are two notably popular racetracks that are in Ohio: Eldora Speedway in Rossburg and Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in Lexington. Eldora Speedway is a fun racetrack that holds notable dirt racing events, but I think Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course is the better track. Mid-Ohio opened its doors in 1962 as a 16-turn road course. After only 1 year, the track was slightly changed to the road course that we know today. Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course is a 2.4 mile road course that features 15 turns. This track is home to plenty of notable racing series. Mid-Ohio currently hosts the Trans Am Series, IndyCar, and Moto America. Mid-Ohio has also hosted the Kart Series, IMSA, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and ARCA. With all the different and notable racing series held at Mid-Ohio, it makes it for one of the best road courses in the whole nation. Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course is the best racetrack in Ohio. The next state on our list is Oklahoma. Oklahoma was hard to choose from. Oklahoma has a great selection of dirt tracks to choose from. Oklahoma has I-44 Raceway, Lawton Speedway, Port City Speedway, Creek County Raceway, and Tri-State Speedway, just to name a few. However, the HalletMotorRacingCircuit in Hallett, Oklahoma caught my attention. The HalletMotorRacingCircuit opened in 1976 as a 1.8 mile road course. Right off the bat, the Trans Am Series and the IMSA GT Series held races at the track. The Can-Am Series also held one race at the facility in 1987. However, HalletMotorRacingCircuit has not held any major racing series since in 1987. Instead, HalletMotorRacingCircuit is now host of their own racing series known as Competition Motorsports Association. The track also hosts SCCA racing events. In addition to these racing events, the track also hosts go-kart races and driver education programs and a full race instruction program. One unique thing about HalletMotorRacingCircuit is that the track is known for using a clockwise layout of the track, and it also has a counterclockwise layout. This has made racing at the track vastly different by using two different layouts. In my opinion, HalletMotorRacingCircuit is an underrated track that deserves more attention. I think that this is the best track in Oklahoma. Now our final state on this list is Oregon. For Oregon, we have to go with the Portland International Raceway. Located in Portland, the track is a 1.9-mile road course that opened in 1961. This track quickly became an iconic track, and many notable racing series have come to Portland. Portland has seen IndyCar, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, IMSA, the Trans Am Series, and also Formula E. With having a big road course and with the notable racing series coming to Portland, it makes Portland International Speedway one of the best tracks in the Northwest region of the United States, as there are no other tracks in that region of the United States quite like Portland International Speedway. And that was part 3 of ranking the best racetrack in every U.S. state. Feel free to comment your opinions down below. I have loved hearing everyone's responses, and it has been fun to learn more about racetracks across the United States. Part 4 will be out next week. Again, thanks for watching, and have a good one.